Hi, friends. Thanks for watching. I just wanted to do a video about what to eat during survival. That's one of my tea towels hanging out. But something I have observed, like if you're camping and you're in, if you're practicing, you're camping or you're practicing, there's little things, little conveniences that you get used to, like a stove and a countertop and, um, convenient little domesticated food, fruits and vegetables. And you have the stove that you turn on and you have a table. But when you're in a camping situation or an apocalyptic situation, an earthquake happened, there's no electricity, and so you're just making do. And, we want our comforts, we want our reality, as we always have known it. And I would say, um, you have to really be paying attention. You have to have a lot of situational awareness when you're in a camping situation or an apocalyptic practice, like for your own self, and because like I've accidentally poured boiling water, accidentally knocked boiling water onto my feet, and I just nearly uh, cut my hand, and just in my own kind of practice of how to kind of live off the grid in a way. And so I think, like, when I was growing up, my mom would talk about eating potatoes raw. And this is a rutabaga. I don't typically eat rutabaga. But after struggling with this big, I mean, that's the thing. These things are clunky. It's like you need like a big, I don't know what that. It's I think is it a butcher knife? Cleaver. You need a cleaver or a machete or something. And some produce is really kind of difficult to cut, like watermelon or winter squash. That is just so intimidating, cutting that winter squash. It's like, do I need a machete? It's like I need a vice, I need something. um, and so what my mom did with potatoes, because they grew up very poor, her father was an alcoholic, so he would drink. There were 12 kids, and he would drink all the money and let the kids starve, basically. And, or at least that's how I understood it. And so she talked about eating raw potatoes. And so this rutabaga, it's kind of potatoy, almost almost seems to have a hint of like broccoli. And so I just think, excuse me, when you are out in a bug out situation, apocalyptic situation, rather than using fire or using a knife, if you're not well rested, and if you don't have, like, just not totally alert, and if you're stressed out, I would say eat that ramen raw. Just uh if your water is okay, clean, drink that through your filtering system. Just like only cook when you're really really focused, because there are injuries, significant injuries, that can happen and really compromise like your life. um, if you make a mistake just when you're cooking, or making hot water. And fortunately, I have not had anything quite that bad, but I have thought about that. So, a lot of survival, urban survival, or survival videos will talk about cooking and stuff like that. And maybe some people are really, just gung ho and stuff. So I guess I'm talking to the people who are struggling with brain fog and struggling with chronic fatigue, and aware that the civilization is collapsing about our ears. And so, like, how do you survive when you have chronic fatigue and brain fog? And so, what I would say, even though we know in the chronic illness lifestyle, don't eat wheat, don't drink caffeine, but and that's great if you have ready to go packets of food that's paleo, keto. That's great. But for those of us in more remote locations and that aren't buying from Amazon or online, I would say ramen, stock up on little easy packets that are just open and squeeze, and you've got your food and maybe something to drink. So that is my thought is, try to avoid getting burned, try to avoid, accidentally getting a cut on your hand, and just really simplifying life with convenience foods. So that's because I think avoiding cutting your hand or burning your feet or scalding yourself or somebody else. I think that is going to provide more value than the cooked food. I think in the short term. Of course, cooked food and water. Oh my gosh, it's definitely wonderful, very comforting, um, and nourishing and nourishing and replenishing and nurturing. And so I'm not dissing cooking your food or boiling your water. I'm just saying in a crisis situation, and when you don't have your kitchen right there and everything, and maybe you're making do in a kind of a random situation, I would just eat things cold, drink things, just as, like filtered. So hopefully that makes sense. And thanks for watching.